How to adjust your liner for visual style. There are three main things you need to pay attention to in order to make sure that your liner shows up on the drawing properly. In this tutorial, you can see we have three pieces of duct, each have a 1-inch acoustic liner on the inside. What we're going to do is exit out of the AutoCAD property box, and we're going to point over the three main factors. The first factor is the actual line type. You will notice that in the layer box, under the accessory liner, we have chosen the line type Hidden-2. Now there are tutorials that teach you about the layer box, and there are tutorials that teach you how to load the specific AutoCAD line type you need. What you have to make sure is that you've selected the proper line type so that AutoCAD represents that line. In this particular case, it's a dashed line. The second thing you must do is make sure that the LT scale for that line type is correct. Currently, on my template, if we type in LT scale in the command line, you can see that the template is set at LT scale factor 12. For this template, that seems to work well for the spacing of my liner. You'll notice that there are also tutorials on how to use LT scale. If the LT scale is wrong, for example, here we're going to set the LT scale to 1, you're going to notice that that looks like one continuous line. So choosing the right LT scale is very important. Usually you'd save that directly through template. Here we're going to change it back to 12 where it should be, and now I can see my line type as we want it, a hidden ×2 dashed line. The last thing is the most common reason why your liner wouldn't be dashed. If you have not chosen the proper AutoCAD visual style, you're not going to see your liner. Only the 2D wireframe visual style is going to represent these lines correctly. That is one of the reasons, once again, we always plot in 2D wireframe. What we're going to do here is switch it to 3D wireframe for a minute, and now you can see that the liner is one solid continuous line, which is not what we want. So you must make sure that you keep it in 2D wireframe. So going over that again, three main things. First, make sure you've got the proper line type in your layer box. Second, make sure you got the proper LT scale on your drawing. And third, make sure you're in 2D wireframe. If you have all three correct, you should be able to see your liner exactly the way you want, and it should plot correctly. That'll conclude the visual style portion of our liner.